Nico, obviously that unique situation where you guys have started the season already, but I'm sure it also feels like another start here now that you guys are back at home.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it's a little further away where we started, so it's good. It's good to get going tomorrow here in our own barn, and yeah, against a big team. So it'll be a fun game. Expect New Jersey fans to be there, and it'll be loud, and we should all be pumped up for that game.
Obviously, there's always excitement of starting at home and everything, but is there that added moment of knowing that Sheldon is going up against his former team? I saw him leading the stretch circle today there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we know. We obviously all know. Get that win would be huge, and I think, yeah, everybody got this little extra motivation in himself for sure. Home opener, we know he was coaching the team for a while, so we definitely should be pumped up, like I said, for that game.
Nico, what did you like about the way you guys transitioned from the preseason, obviously not getting those results, but then it almost looked like the second you guys dropped the puck in game one, you were able to turn it on and do what was being asked of you guys?
Pretty much that. I think we've played a really solid game, both of them, and we didn't give them too much, and we were just working really hard. And, it's not an easy league. You got to work hard every night, and sometimes you even lose games. You're still working really hard, but that's just how it goes. But you got to bring a consistent level of compete, and that gives you more chance to win games. And that we got to bring every night. And I think we did it two times already, but you got to do it 82 times.
Defensively, what do you like about the way this group has come together, right? We know how much firepower there is with the top-end talent, but it really seems like honing in on those defensive side of the games, keeping your opponents to the outside. What's different for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we got some big guys coming in here. Boxing people out early is a big thing for our game. I think if you're not letting people come in the inside, it's hard for them to score. So I think we've done a good job to protecting our inside, our slot, and just got to keep doing that. If there are openings, good players will make plays in there, and then it'll be really dangerous. But I think for most of the two games, we did a pretty good. You can always be better, but we did a pretty good job. Limited those scoring chances again.
Dawson, obviously have to ask about, getting back in front of your fans at home. Different, there was definitely a lot of fans there in Prague, but to be able to be here in front of your fans again, what excitement kind of builds to be back here?
Yeah, we can't wait. Obviously, the home opener is a big part of the season, and we're looking to get off to a good start. But overall, just to come here, play in front of them again. It's been a while, since we played at the Rock and in front of all the fans for a real season game. So we're definitely excited for it. We're hopefully it's going to be a good showing for us, and we can make the building go pretty crazy. That's what we're going for.
Does it almost feel like a second start to the season in a way, just the way things?
Yeah, definitely it's a unique way that we started it, but I've actually really enjoyed it. The way we got it was a good team builder, getting over there with the guys, and starting off with 2 games over there. So now coming back here, it kind of do feel like a fresh start. You watch opening night yesterday for everyone here, and then pretty much, we start 2 days later. So it's almost like we're just restarting over now tomorrow night.
What was the biggest advantage off the ice for you guys on that trip? That time together, so many new faces in this locker room.
Yeah, I think whenever you get on a long road trip like that, you're spending all the time with the guys. You're going for dinners, traveling on the bus to the rinks. When you're at home, it's a lot more time to yourself in your own space. You come to the rink, but then when you're away from the rink, you're with your family or your friends. So pretty much for us, over there, we're with each other 24/7. So I think it was a great way to start the season, just for getting to know the new guys, familiar faces, and you can't complain when you win 2 games. We come back with smiles on our face, and we had a good travel back, so we're excited to get going.
How have things really changed for this group? Again, just 2 games, but in terms of the defensive mindedness from from all 5 guys on the ice.
Yeah, well, I think we just focused on that during camp. We took it step by step. We worked on the D zone stuff that we wanted to dial it in on, and then pretty much when we did that, we wanted to change it. We wanted to, switch it up to focus on the offensive side of it. So kind of we just worked both sides of it separately, and then pretty much I think that showed. We scored some goals over there, and we didn't let in many either at the same time. So I think really we dialed that into it, but we're a 5-man unit, and we've kind of been focusing on that.
It seemed like you, Nico, and Tats didn't miss a beat out there together as a line again.
Yeah, well, we enjoy playing with each other. Like I've said it all the time, we're very similar players. We all can play all different roles there. We can be on the forecheck, the guy with the puck making plays, the guy receiving it. So pretty much we just feed off each other, and communication is a big thing between us. We always talk about our plays, and on the bench we're engaged with each other. So I think it's just, we have a really good baseline for us.
We noticed how disruptive on the penalty kill, particularly you were, but the forwards in general really pressuring the point. Is that a little bit more of an emphasis this year?
Yeah, I think we don't want to give them time and space. Obviously we changed up a few different things, but when you're on the power play, you don't really want to be have your time and space taken away from you. So we kind of focus on that there, and like I said, we just get comfortable with each other. I've been killing with Nico pretty much all the time out there, and we just read off each other. And when we have an opportunity to go, the first one goes, and then the second one reads off him. So we kind of have that good balance between it.
And not that it's your goal when you're out there killing penalties, but there were a lot of good shorthanded opportunities. Do you feel like the way that you guys are pressuring the point right now is going to lead to more shorthanded opportunities this year?
Yeah, well, we're not going to complain. If they can come and we're doing our job and we focus on keeping the puck out of our net first, and then those opportunities come from doing that, we'll definitely take it. But like you did say, there was a few good chances that we had over there. So yeah, if they keep on coming, we'll hopefully I'll get a chance to put one in on the PK. That'll be good.
That's a nice little acknowledgement at the end of Sheldon Keefe in the middle of the stretch circle. Is that sort of just acknowledging what is coming up for him tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a special moment for him and for us anyways. Like I said, it's the home opener, but for him with his former team. So definitely, he's going to give it his all, and we're going to give us our all too. So, but yeah, definitely, it's good to see that. Everyone looks forward for moments like that, and we have one early on in the season.
Nice little touch there to get to lead the stretch circle at the end.
Yeah, that's the first for me. It's the first for me. The guys asked me to jump on in there, so I had some fun with it. It was good.
Does it almost feel like a second start to the season in a way, just having come so far?
Yeah, it very much does, actually. We never said this to the players or anything, but for myself, I almost looked at Prague as an extension of the preseason. Mm-hmm. It just so happened that the points mattered, and there's added importance to it because of that. But really, it's an 80-game NHL schedule now for us, and we're going to get into this routine pretty quickly here. We talked yesterday a little bit about just how tough the schedule is the remainder of October, and it's 11 games in 21 days starting tomorrow, and so we've got to get into that rhythm quickly and look to build off the positives from Prague, knowing that it's going to be different. It's going to be more challenging, both because of the opponent and now we went out to Prague and sort of trying to find our game, and after not a great preseason, and now we come back and now you feel a little bit better about yourself, but we've got to make sure we're ready and keep building our game, because we're going to need another level than what we had in Prague to be able to contend with Toronto. You
talk about finding your game. Where are you think, after evaluating those two games? Are you in that process as a group? I thought in Game 2 we showed a lot of what we would like to be about. And lots of examples to go through with the players. Mm-hmm. Still some things inside of there that we're able to teach and improve upon, and we're going to have to be buttoned up on tomorrow. But considering how early in the game we are here, I was happy with how we were able to put it together. For the early going of Game 1, in order to get control of the game, not as good after that. But really from start to finish in Game 2, I thought really representative of what we want to be about.
And how would you describe what you want to be about?
Well, I would say first, just all four lines to me had great pace with and without the puck, up the ice, on forecheck, tracking back to the neutral zone, coming back to our end, created our offense with lots of purpose and intent, lots of work ethic. Also just played patient. We were comfortable in that it was a 1-1 game going in the third period. We didn't panic. We didn't force anything. We stayed with it, waited for our opportunities, and once we got them, our good players made great plays. So that was a good recipe for us. I thought we could have been rewarded a lot more to have a bigger lead going into the third, but didn't get frustrated with the fact that we didn't. Just stayed with our process and trusted that it would come through in the end, and it did.
Understanding it's a very small sample and you played the same team and not everybody's available because of injuries, but just general thoughts about the composition of the power play and what you've kind of seen from the opportunities that you've had.
Yeah, I think, we've had some power plays that we liked a lot and how the puck moved and some of the opportunities that we got. I thought, if there's one thing coming out of game two, especially with our first unit, I thought they got a little sloppy at times on their entries, which took away from their strength, which is playing in the zone. So hard to assess it in that way. Obviously the power play came up with a huge goal for us, which, as much as you want to have a great percentage and you want the numbers on paper to look really good, you need your power play to come through in big moments. And whether it's first unit, second unit, they need to find a way. And Casey came up with a huge goal for us that really got our footing in the game.
We noticed just how disruptive Dawson Mercer was pressuring the point both on the penalty kill and 5-on-5. How did you evaluate his game over the first couple of games?
Yeah, really good, really good. I thought that line did a nice job for us. Nico's excellent in that regard as well. Same with Tatar. So those three guys were as advertised for me in terms of their chemistry and how their games complement one another. But Dawson specifically, I thought he was really on the puck, really good stick, created turnovers, disrupting lots of different things. So that was really encouraging. I thought those guys in game one were real standout for us. In game two, everyone else sort of jumped on board.
You talked about the team being confident and patient, especially in game two, and it seemed like there was a lot of layers of coverage, whether it was in the D zone jumping on loose pucks or in the offensive zone creating great opportunities down low. Is that just them buying into the systems, and how do you foresee that improving as the season goes along?
Yeah, that is the structure. That is what we're hoping for, is to have layers so that we can have pressure on the puck, and even if there's a mistake, there's someone there to cover up for them, protect our net that way, and really insulate our defense and our goaltending that way. So for the most part, we had really good pictures on video of what that looks like for us. Some examples of what happens when we get away from that, if we get kind of pulled outside of that coverage a little bit and open up holes and seams, and we don't want that. So we talked at length this morning about that. So we're trying to maintain that structure as much as we can and be disciplined and consistent with it. Which really what it's about for me is that word consistent, is we showed what we can do in game two. As I talked about through preseason, it was sort of up and down, and parts of our game looked the way we wanted to, but never really came together. Game two, for good chunks of it, through all four lines and six defense, it looked the way we wanted to. So now you're chasing consistency, which everybody in the league is. We'd like to get to it quicker than the opposition.
And Nico Hischier did a lot of the heavy lifting in the dot, right? And over the past 2 days, seeing Hala and Lazar taking a lot of face-offs after practice, just talk about the importance of being dominant within the dot and how it sways the flow of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. It either gets you out of trouble in your own zone, and Nico took on a lot of that heavy lifting, as you say, coming out of D zone, penalty kill, all of that. Hala and Lazar also, take great pride in that. It's an area of the game we want to continue to grow for Jack as well. So we've got all four centers, but we've got other guys too, like Cotter as a left-handed center on the Lazar line, can take draws if needed, and as can Nason as a righty. So we've got some different options there, even on the wing, but it is an important area of the game. The more I get comfortable with players, the more they get into groove, we'll be able to utilize players differently. But for right now, in Prague, I guess, Nico was doing so well and taking on a lot for us. It was just easy to just keep throwing them over the boards in those spots.